Hey, welcome back to my channel, everyone. Alright, so I really do not like to give bad reviews, right? I've given reviews and I've listed some things that I didn't like about the movie, that I did like and all that. I'm going to do that here, but overall, I did not like the movie. But I will name some parts that I did like or appreciated. So, movie Loyalty Over Trust on Tubi. It's one of the newer ones, like when you first come onto the app. And I followed some of the actors from the movie, and they said it was pretty new. So I was like, okay, let me give this a watch, right? Now, Dennis Reed, I believe that's his name, Dennis Reed. I usually like his stuff. He's a director, I think producer as well. But if I'm not mistaken, somebody else did write this movie. So, you know, you have to look at everything, right, direct, produce, all that. This movie, to me, I've seen movies like this, you know. It's nothing new. It's, you know, hood movie, involves drugs and killing and backstabbing and stuff like that. The main issue I had with this movie is there wasn't any substance in the characters. I'll give you an example of what I mean. Shotas, right? Movie came out in Jamaica. I'm pretty sure you heard of it. It's like a cult classic, Shotas. If you haven't heard of it, go and watch it. It's pretty good. And Shotas, you know, that movie was about, they were pretty much, you know, robbing people, taking their drugs, flipping it, selling it, killing people, basically robbing and killing, taking their stuff, right, to get rich and all that, right? What I mean by substance is, in Shotas, the main character, I think his name was Errol. The main character, we got his story. I think it was something like he was in America, then he came back to Jamaica, he stayed there a little while, then he wanted to go back to America, and his homie, I forgot his name, but played by Sprague Benz, right? They had, as boys, they had this dream of going to America, right? So while there, that's how they, you know, they were sticking people up in Jamaica. They go there, sticking people up as well, right? We got the backstory of the main character. We got substance. You know, you got to give me a reason to feel for the main characters, right? Because even if the main characters are doing villain stuff, you still, like, even at the end of Shada, well, okay, I won't tell you the end. But anyway, karma was met, all right? Now, in this movie, it's like we just get thrust into this movie. We don't really get any backstory. And it's like the whole time, I'm looking at the main characters and everyone surrounding them as villains that I was happy to see the harm come to them because they were causing so much harm. You know? And not to say that, for example, in Shada's, it was better that we had the backstory, but I feel like it's like, as watching a movie, if you want me to really take interest and care for your characters, I need to know something about them. We didn't know anything about these guys. We just know that they sell dope and they rob people and they kill people if need be. And it's like, there wasn't a big enough character foundation for me, okay? That's what kind of just had me it literally felt like a bunch of hood stereotypes and negative stereotypes. And I'm not even going to say about black people, because I'm going to come back to that and just say just negative stereotypes in general were just thrust upon this movie and made a movie. Like, I'll give you an example of some negative stereotypes of, for example, you had some Hispanic dealers that they were involved with, and they would say stuff like, oh, paraphrasing, something like, oh man, just go to Taco Bell and all right, hombre. And it was just lame to me, the getting on somebody because of their ethnicity, race, whatever. Maybe it was supposed to be comedic. I just wasn't into it. I thought it was pretty lame. The few things I did like about the movie is they did try to incorporate some comedy in it. You know, it wasn't just all doom and gloom. I just felt like the comedy maybe could have Like, for example, the one character that I did like as far as his acting and his role was the one who was supposed to be, he was like the main character's brother's cousin's friend, something like that. He was rolling with them, but he was like into coke really heavy. He was always into coke. That was his thing. He was always throwing something up his nose. His acting was pretty good, you know. His comedic role was good. The main character, I've seen him in another, I want to say, if it wasn't a Dennis Reed movie, it was another like movie on Tubi, and he did pretty good. It's nothing against the actors at all. I just wasn't feeling this movie, and that's okay. I'm not gonna like everything, and so no disrespect to them. Shout out to Detroit again for having this movement of indie films, you know. Like, I really am like into it, you know. I feel like those Detroit, and then like I said, Houston, they're pretty much, I feel like, making Tubi what it is, making it popular. Like, you can say what you want about Tubi, but there's so many different things on there, and it's a great platform for independent filmmakers to get on, right? If I could mention anything to make this movie better, like I said, just some more substance with the characters. It was flat. You get what I'm saying? Like, watch Shadas, watch Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, movies that are in that genre, and you'll see the difference. There was some backstory, some filling out of the characters in those movies, right? So it's kind of like you felt sorry for them, even though they were doing wrong. You did kind of feel sorry, because it's like, well, he came from this, and he didn't have proper guidance. And this, but see, with this movie, we don't know what made these guys turn into this. Oh, another thing. Here's another thing I didn't like. I know y'all probably tired of hearing the word misogyny, but the misogyny was on 1500 in this movie. Every woman was a bitch. Even if there was one scene where this guy was like, yes, something, you're a bitch, and the girl was standing right there, and the guy was there. He didn't correct him. He didn't pop him in the mouth. I mean, it was just so like, do y'all hate women in this movie? I mean, the main character who got married in the beginning of the movie, he was respectful to his wife, but it's like everybody else. And there was one scene when they were in the club and they were chilling, there were girls around or whatever, and the guy was like, come on, man, we gotta go. And the guy, he like flipped the girl's leg off of him, and it's like, what is with that? Like, what? I just, like I said, just wasn't a fan on this one. All right, I did, you know, I expected it to be good, but I just, like I said, wasn't feeling it. But anyway, if you want to check it out, it's on Tubi, Loyalty Over Trust. Shout out to my 69 subscribers. Shout out to the rest of you as well. And you know, even if you're not subscribed, you can subscribe. Help me grow my channel, y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe. Also, comment if you like. Peace and blessings to you all. All right, until next time.